A person dies from pneumonia. Another dies from a fungal infection. Another dies from a disease that a healthy immune system would have stopped cold. On paper, these deaths look completely different. Different symptoms, different organs, different causes. But follow the trail far enough, and they all lead back to the same virus. HIV, which raises a deeply unsettling question. How does one virus produce so many different ways to die? The answer changes how you think about disease entirely. Because HIV doesn't attack the body the way most viruses do. It doesn't go after the heart. It doesn't target the lungs. It doesn't touch the liver. Instead, HIV does something far more dangerous. It attacks the system that protects everything else. And that is what makes it unlike anything else in human history. To understand why, we need to look at the invisible war being fought inside your body, right now as you watch this. At this very moment, your body is under siege. Viruses, bacteria, fungi, microorganisms too small to see, too numerous to count, and most people never feel a thing. Not because these threats aren't real, but because something is stopping them. Every second of every day, immune cells patrol your body like border guards who never sleep. They scan for threats, flag invaders, and launch coordinated strikes, all before you feel even a hint of sickness. It is one of the most sophisticated defense networks ever assembled by nature. Think of it like a nation with soldiers, intelligence officers, communication lines, and command centers, all working in perfect sync. And like any military force, it depends on one thing above all else: leadership. Without command, even the strongest army falls apart. Without coordination, defenses crumble. And deep inside your immune system, hidden among billions of cells, is one group that holds the entire network together: the CD4 T-cell. CD4 cells are not the soldiers, they're the commanders. They don't fight on the front lines, they direct the battle. When a threat appears, CD4 cells activate other immune cells, send signals, call for reinforcements, and coordinate the entire response. They are the ones who decide what kind of enemy this is, how serious the threat is, and what it will take to stop it. Without them, the army still exists, but it's fighting blind. No orders, no strategy, no coordination. And HIV knows exactly this. It is not interested in attacking the army. It is interested in eliminating the people giving the orders. Most viruses have a target organ. The flu goes after the lungs. Hepatitis hunts the liver. Some viruses attack the nervous system. HIV is different. HIV hunts the immune system itself. As it moves through the bloodstream, it searches for one specific surface marker, a protein that only CD4 cells carry. When it finds one, the virus locks on, and then something remarkable and deeply disturbing happens. The very cell designed to protect you becomes the virus's next host. HIV fuses with the cell wall, forces its genetic material inside, and instead of immediately destroying the cell, it does something worse. It hijacks it. The commander is still standing, but now it's working for the enemy. The cell's own machinery begins producing new HIV particles. Those particles burst outward, searching for more CD4 cells, more commanders to capture, and the cycle repeats, faster and faster. Here is one of the strangest things about HIV. For a while, nothing seems wrong. After the initial infection, most people feel fine. They go to work, spend time with their families, exercise, travel, live their lives. From the outside, everything looks normal, but inside the body, a war is already underway. Every day, HIV produces thousands of new copies of itself. Every day, CD4 cells are captured and destroyed. At first, the immune system keeps up. New cells are created, fresh defenders arrive. The body absorbs the losses and keeps fighting. But here is the problem. This isn't a battle that ends in weeks. It's a war of attrition, and the immune system is slowly, quietly losing ground. One commander gone, then another, then another. Year after year, and from the outside, the person still looks perfectly healthy. That is one of the most dangerous things about HIV. Picture a city that starts losing communication towers. One goes down, then another. Life continues. Most people don't notice. But as more towers disappear, the cracks start to show. Messages get delayed, coordination fails, emergency responses slow down. That is what's happening inside the body during a long-term HIV infection. The immune system doesn't fail overnight. It fights hard. The body keeps producing new cells to replace the ones lost, but the virus keeps destroying them faster than they can be replaced. For years, both sides hold, but eventually the math stops working. The virus gains ground. The immune system loses more than it can rebuild. CD4 counts drop, then drop again, and the consequences become impossible to ignore. A lot of people use HIV and AIDS as if they're the same thing. They're not. HIV is the virus. AIDS is what happens when the damage becomes severe, enough to redefine the entire situation. A person can carry HIV for years, even decades, without reaching this stage. But when the immune system is worn down far enough, something shifts. The problem is no longer just the virus. The problem is what the virus has left behind. Go back to the military analogy. The command centers are gone. Communication lines are cut. Leadership has collapsed. The soldiers are still there, but they don't know where to go, what to fight, or how to win. Threats that once barely registered suddenly become life-threatening, and that creates an opening. For a healthy immune system, most microorganisms never stand a chance. They enter the body, they're detected, they're destroyed. Most people never even know the encounter happened, but when the immune system is badly weakened, the rules change. Organisms that were never dangerous suddenly are. A normally harmless fungus becomes a brain infection. Bacteria that healthy people carry without issue suddenly spread uncontrolled. Tuberculosis, a disease most people's immune systems keep dormant their entire lives, becomes active, aggressive, and deadly. Some cancers that a healthy immune system would detect and suppress begin to grow. These are called opportunistic infections, not because the pathogens themselves got stronger, but because the defenses that kept them in check disappeared. This is the hidden truth about HIV. The virus doesn't kill you by being powerful. It kills you by removing everything that was protecting you. A heart attack destroys the heart. A stroke damages the brain. Rabies dismantles the nervous system. Most diseases choose a target and attack it. HIV chose a different strategy. It targeted the system responsible for defending all of them. That's why its effects look so different from person to person. That's why the causes of death look unrelated on paper. HIV isn't opening one wound. It's removing the shield that covers every wound. And that is what makes it one of the most dangerous pathogens ever studied. Not because it's the most violent, not because it's the fastest, but because it's patient. It dismantles quietly. Over years, one commander at a time. Until the day comes when the body has to face the outside world with almost nothing left to defend it. Most people never think about the immune system. It works silently, invisibly, every moment of their lives, protecting them from threats they'll never even know existed. When it functions, it is one of the greatest achievements of human biology. When HIV strips it away, piece by piece, year by year, what's left is a body exposed to a world it was never meant to face alone. That is what HIV does, not by attacking everything, but by destroying the one thing that protects everything.